Hey guys, it's your girl Ashy.
I threw open the door and began running at the top speed, hoping to escape behind the spirit's back. Unsurprisingly, trying to outrun a ghost proved to be a fruitless endeavour. The spirit saw me and moved at breakneck speed to intercept. Oh god. I thrust my hand into my pocket and withdrew the bag of salt, then threw the entire thing directly at the old woman's face. She recoiled. Now's my chance. I ran down the hall as fast as my legs would carry, briefly glancing over my shoulder after a moment to confirm that the spirit was still riding. I just kept on running down that dark hallway with nothing but adrenaline and mortal fear to keep me going. I reached the stairwell at the end of the hall, made a mad dash towards ground level. I was determined to get out of this building alive. Finally, still moving at top speed, I reached the windowed door leading outside. Luckily, the malevolent spirit hadn't caught up to me yet. It actually seemed like I might be able to escape. I might actually survive this. I made it. I grabbed the handle and tried pulling it. Oh my god. I'm so close. Please, open, I'm begging you. I have to think of something else. At this rate, the horrible woman's going to... No, I can't let that happen. What do I do? What can I do? Break the glass. Hey. Putting my thoughts in order, I came to the sudden realization that I was right near the umbrella racks. Unless the spirit had taken it or something, my umbrella should have still been right where I left it. I practically tackled the rack, grabbing my umbrella in one swift motion. Not from the handle, mind you, but from the top. Then, taking an aim at the glass part of the door, I swung as hard as I could, smacking it dead center with the sturdy plastic handle. The glass wasn't going to break so easily, of course, but it did crack, giving me the impetus I needed to go for a second hit. Again and again I struck the glass. I had the umbrella gripped so tightly that the metal skeleton of the canopy was leaving indentations in my skin. I was sure that there had to be a better way to do this, but I didn't have the luxury of time to figure out what that might have been. Come on. Please. I began smacking the glass even harder, even faster. My hands were killing me, but this was my only hope of survival. Finally, after far too much effort. Yes, I did it. The glass shattered onto the floor, making one hell of a sound. Tepid air whooshed in from outside. It was still pouring rain, but I was free now. Free to escape this hellhole. Okay. The pane I'd broken was on the lower half of the door, and I didn't care if I cut myself. I got down on my hands and knees and clawed like mad. I did it. I'm almost outside. I can actually escape. I'm safe. I felt triumphant for a brief moment. The fear was gone. I was basking in my victory over this malevolent entity. It's gonna kill me, isn't it? But it didn't last long. Before I was even halfway through the door, I felt something coiling itself around my arm. You mustn't go outside. A tall, shadowy figure had appeared behind me in the entranceway, and she had me in her grasp. There wasn't much more to her than an indistinct flickering silhouette, but I could clearly see she had a broken neck. Was this a different apparition? Her scraggly, root-like fingers were squeezing my arm with tremendous force, pushing aside muscle and tissue and pressing right on the bone. Where are you going, my dear? I'll just be a little longer. Won't you please wait for me? I was shaking hysterically and tears were streaming down my face. I was absolutely convinced I was going to die here. Sachi. I could offer no resistance. She was too strong. All I could do was plead with her. Please, you're really, really hurting me. I felt like my arm would snap in two at any moment. Let's be together forever. She wasn't just grabbing, but twisting as well. The pain was unlike anything I'd ever experienced before. I couldn't think about anything else. My mind was absorbed by the unconscionable agony. Oh! I thought my arm was about to snap off, and then all of a sudden I was whisked away. Whisked away by Tsukasa. Are you okay? Tsukasa? I'm trying to explain. We have to run. What? Tsukasa was still holding onto me tightly after saving me from the brink of death. He led me back into the school at an incredible speed. I fucking hate it here. Damn it. What was that thing? Please tell me I'm just dreaming. He practically spit these words out as he continued running. Why is Tsukasa here? I tried to match his gait, and once we were a bit more in sync, I looked up at his face. After we'd reached the end of the hall, he suddenly veered into the last classroom before the stairwell, pulling me in with him. Shishido, are you okay? Fine. I can walk by myself, really. I'm sorry, my bad. I moved away from Tsukasa and almost immediately spilled onto the ground like a house of cards. Oh, you sure don't seem okay to me. Maybe not. I just need a few. Hey, don't push yourself. Tsukasa grabbed my arm to help me up. Unfortunately, it was the arm Yoshi had been twisting. Oh, sorry. Is it your arm that's hurting you then? Yeah. I don't know how bad it is, but it really stings. Like it's on fire. I draped my other hand over the sore spot, where I assured was probably one hell of a bruise. I started rubbing gently, but that didn't help at all. That's not good. We should get you to the nurse's office right away, then, and take care of it. But then we'll be exposing ourselves to that ghost again, right? Yeah. Just thinking about going back out there and facing Yoshi made me shudder. I couldn't believe he was even entertaining the idea. Don't worry. Even if she does come to get us, I'll keep you safe no matter what. Okay? Tsukasa's gentle reassurance actually made me forget the pain in my arm for a moment. I had to stop myself from blushing. Or try to, at any rate. We need to treat your injuries as quickly as possible or they could get worse. The nurse may not be in, but I can at least apply first aid. Alright, then let's go. Tsukasa offered me his hand, and I graciously took it, squeezing it tightly as he led me back out into the hallway. That's his hand. It's so warm. Despite the fact that nothing had really changed, I was still just in as much danger as I had been. The paralyzing fear I'd been feeling was gone. If it were just me, I would have never been able to do this. I would have been frozen up. But with Tsukasa leading the way, I felt like I could do anything. Are you okay to run? Sure. With my blessing, Tsukasa upped his pace significantly. Please don't let us show up. I prayed silently for smooth sailing as I followed Tsukasa's lead. As long as he's with me, I think I'll be okay. I gently squeezed his hand again, as if to reassure myself that he was still with me. I was starting to think maybe Yoshi was gone. Maybe we thwarted her, but of course, just as I started thinking that, she made her presence known again. I really shouldn't joke, but you know what she sounds like? You know that guy on X Factor that did that audition? And he sang Hallelujah? He's going, Hallelujah. That's exactly what he sounds like. Hallelujah. I'm gonna add a clip because it's funny, but oh my god. Anyway, back to the story. How was that? Show yourself. An unearthly voice reverberated through the dark corridor. I immediately drew myself into Tsukasa's back. Bring me more. Oh god. Over Tsukasa's shoulder I saw the same shadow-like spirit from before. It must have been waiting here to ambush us. It's alright, stay calm. But the ghost is moaning and wavering before us. We'd never be able to get past it. You'll do anything for me. Hey, Shishido. Yeah? I'm gonna draw that thing's attention. While it's distracted, I want you to run. No way, we'll run together. I've got a secret weapon. You what? It's a keepsake charm my grandmother gave me. When I pointed at that thing earlier, it definitely had an effect. A charm? Yeah. But Tsukasa, you'll still be putting yourself right in harm's way. I'll be fine. It'll work out somehow or another. That's not... Stay where you are. We really didn't have time to be arguing. It was closing in fast. And as it did, I noticed the spirit's figure had become more defined. She was a tall, young woman, with her head turned sideways at a 90-degree angle. The tail of Yoshi suggests she fell down a flight of stairs, so the broken neck would certainly fit. Go! Run! He gave my back a shove to get me started, and with no time to object, I unconsciously obliged. Tsukasa ran too, darting ahead of me for a few short moments. The ghost lady, over here! Tsukasa ran as close as he possibly could to get Yoshi's attention, then turned tail and began sprinting off in the opposite direction. Come get me, you monster! Amazingly, it worked. The spirit began chasing Tsukasa, leaving me completely unobstructed. This doesn't feel right. Should I really escape without him? I was torn. On the one hand, I knew this was my best chance. I couldn't keep worrying about what would happen to Tsukasa if his charm failed. I stopped for a moment and glanced over my shoulder. He was still running, and the shadowy figure was still in hot pursuit. She's way too close. You need to take out your charm. It's fine. I told you to keep going. Once you're out of harm's way, I'll be right behind you, I promise. I still can't believe I fell for it, but this was right when I realized the truth. Tsukasa had no protective charm. He just made that up so I wouldn't eject too strongly to him serving as a decoy while I got away. I'll let him get through with this. I stopped in my tracks and shouted at the top of my lungs. Yoshi, hold it right there! I wasn't sure exactly what I was getting myself into, but I had to do something, and calling the spirit's name definitely seemed to have an effect. That's right, I know your name. Shishiro, what are you doing? All at once, the black figure was facing me, though I never saw her turn around. She was flying towards me now, ignoring Tsukasa. I'm not scared, 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 I'm not scared. I repeated this like a mantra and stuck one hand into my pocket, grasping tightly onto the one and only item I'd stashed there. So you know who I am, then? Unlike him, I have a real protective charm. Tsukasa's care, his effort, his beliefs, they were all packed into this pencil. And when you get right down to it, that's what a charm really is, right? I squeezed the nubby little thing in my pocket, mentally preparing myself for the confrontation ahead. The confrontation I'd impulsively initiated. Yoshiro, you have to run! I won't. I absolutely will not. Please protect me. I closed my eyes, lifted my hand from my pocket, and brandished Tsukasa's pencil intently. The gauntlet had been thrown, I was putting in a lot of faith into this, and I really, really hoped I hadn't made a mistake in doing so. My name is Yui Shishiro. My goal is to become a teacher here at this school. I opened my eyes to find that the shadowy spirit, Yoshi, had stopped dead in her tracks. Did it work? Was Tsukasa's pencil keeping this vengeful soul at bay? I don't need a replacement. Oh god, just die. Suddenly, I was whisked off my feet and slammed against the ceiling. I could see him down below. He was staring up at me and desperately leaping. He was trying to catch me, I suppose, even though he knew he'd never reach. I called out to him, over and over again in my mind. If he could get away, if he could survive this ordeal, then it would have all been worth it. Yoshi was drawing near, and I was helplessly pinned to the ceiling. I had no chance at all. There was no doubt in my mind that my life was over. I clung to the relief that I felt at Tsukasa's safety. It was the only thing keeping me from losing my head entirely. Then, all at once, the situation took a complete 180. It was like a miracle. Oh wow. Before I had any idea what was happening, I found myself bathed in a gentle light. Oh my god. She's literally hallelujah. Yeah. Fuck. Oh my god. Hi Age, what's up bro? Narrate my life please, thank you bro. I got you bro. I'll write your autobiography. The woman from this morning? I'm sorry I was unable to protect you. But now at least, evil will spread no farther. It was the old woman who had collapsed in front of my house. She was standing down below me, enveloped in a warm glow. black shadow lunged towards her, then there was a horrific noise, and the old woman was gone. Shido! And just like that, I fell to the ground. Whatever Yoshi had done to me, the old woman must have nullified it. That must have been why she came to me this morning, and why she had come again now. I felt like I was going to faint. Tsukasa ran to my side and gently scooped me off the ground into his arms. Yoshi's spirit was gone. She'd vanished along with the light. Around us now, the only sound was the pitter-patter of raindrops on the school roof.
Oi! Shido!
Hey!
Shido!
Shido! Tsukasa? I'd suffered quite a bump on my head from the fall and was decidedly disorientated, but I had still had enough sense to put my arms around Tsukasa's neck. You idiot! Didn't I tell you to run away? I'm sorry. It's just... I wanted to protect you. I couldn't bear the thought of losing you, is what I wanted to say. But instead, I just passed out in his arms. Oh my god, this episode is crazy. I felt as though I was waking from a long, horrible dream.
Oi, 大丈夫か?
Hey, you okay?
Oi, Shishido?
Shishido? Where are we?
ここどこ?
本当に大丈夫か?
Man, how hard of a
見れ
fall
ば
was
わ
that?
かるだろ?
We're in the nurse's office,
学
can't
校
you
の保
tell?
健室だって。
保健室
Nurse's office? It occurred to me to look at my surroundings. Probably something I should have done before asking about them, but in my defense, I was out cold. Beige walls, pink curtains, white beds with solid blue covers. This was indeed the school infirmary, no doubt about it.
どうして
Why are you...
どうしてもこうしても、
A better
お
question
前
is
があ
why
んな
you're
ところで
here.
倒れてたから、
Found you passed
こ
out
こ
on
に
the
連れ
ground
て
out
きてや
there,
ったんじゃ
so I carried you in.
あんなとこ
Out where exactly?
おいおい、まだ
Jeez,
具合
did you get a
悪いんじゃ
concussion
ない
or
の
something?
か?
It was right by the
肛
school
門だよ、
gate.
肛門。
ろ肛門
The school
に
gate?
私
That's
そ
where you
こ
found
に
me?
倒れてたの
そうだけど。
Uh-huh. Ring any bells?
私
I was trapped
確か
inside
に
the
学
school
校
and
の
running
中で
from
ヨシ
Yoshi,
エさん
wasn't
から
I?
逃げて
Oh, right.
そうだ
That's right.
腕を
My
怪我
arm.
して
It's probably broken. Wait,
腕
my
なん
arm's...
とも
Okay.
ない
はあ
Your
腕
arm?
夢だ
Was it a
った
dream? No, it couldn't have been. I
そ
mean,
んなはずない
it really
だって
hurt, and I really
本
thought I
当に
was going
痛
to
くて痛
die.
くて死んじゃいそうだったのに
ああ、まあなんか
You're
様
still
子
a
が
little out
変
of
だけど、
sorts, but I'm glad you're safe at
とに
any
かく無
rate.
事で、こういうのって虫の知らせって言うん
Guess you
だ
could say
な。
I had a gut feeling, maybe.
なんとなく気になって
Just
お
got
前ん家に
concerned
行
and
った
stopped by
ら、
your house.
お
Your
前の
mom
お母
told
さ
me
ん
you'd
に
gone back to school.
学校に
So
行
I
った
came
っ
by
て
to
聞いて
find you
な。
and, well,
そした
I
ら、
found you.
司くん
Tsukasa.
の
うん、
Yes,
Ma,
yes. There'll be a
toriaise,
time for thanks and
詳
stuff
しい
later on.
話は
Right
後で
now,
聞
there's
くから
something I've got
さ。
to do. So
ちょっ
hang
と
on a
待って
sec.
な。
You gonna get a coffee? Are you gonna get the coffee again? Okay.
司くん
Where are you going,
ちょっと
Tsukasa? I wanted to ask you about
ヨ
Yoshi.
シエさんのこと聞く
あら、シシドさん、目が
Oh,
覚めたの
Joshido.
ね。
Glad to see you're awake.
先
Man,
驚いたわよ。
gave us both
リ
quite a
クニ君が
scare.
血相会で
Kuni was
私
as
を呼び
pale
に
as a
来るん
ghost
だ
when
も
he came
の
to。get me.
私が到
Lucky
着
for
で
you,
よか
I
っ
was
たわ
working
ね
late。tonight.
ご迷惑をおかけしてすみま
So
せん
sorry to have troubled you.
それはいいのよ。
It's fine, of
でも、
course. But you know,
あなた
you
ず
were
いぶん
really
うなされ
moaning
て
in
い
your
たか
sleep.
ら、
Were you
悪
having
い夢でも
nightmares?
見てたんじゃない？
悪い夢
Nightmares.
そうよ。ミク
It
ニ
seemed like
君
you
をす
were.
ごく心配してたわ
Kuni was
よ。
worried sick about you.
そうだ
So it really was just a nightmare
や
then.
っぱり
Maybe that scary story this afternoon was just too
悪
much
い
for me.
夢
ともかく、
Are you
もう大
feeling a
丈
little
夫？
better now at least?
はい
Yeah.
そう、よかったわ。
The nurse smiled cheerfully and disappeared behind the partitioning curtain. Letting out a sigh, I laid myself down on the bed once more. It was dead silent. The rain must have let up. The only sound I heard was an occasional cough from the nurse, who was otherwise going about her business quietly.
そういえばペン
Oh
ケー
wait,
ス
what about the pen case? I thrust my hands into my pockets, not really expecting to find it, but
ちゃんとある
there it is. The pen case, complete with Tsukasa's pencil, talisman inside, was present and accounted for, which meant that
私
I made
や
it
っ
to
ぱ
my
り教室
classroom.
には行ったんだやっぱり
Maybe it wasn't a dream after all.
おーい。
Hey! Oh,
司
Tsukasa,
くんおかえり
welcome back. I was still trying to remember exact details about what happened when I unexpectedly felt something cold pressed against my cheek.
これって
What are you...
お前、 うな
He
さ
was
れてただ
sleeping pretty
ろ
restlessly, you know,
汗もかい
and
てた
sweating
し
an awful lot.
喉乾いたんじゃないかなと
So I figured you might be
思ってさ
Here,
What?
it's a
コーヒー牛乳
I don't know what that's called. Cafe Al Light.
あ
I don't know
あ
what
り
that's
がと
called.
う
Oh, thank you. Tsukasa went out of his way to buy this just for me. It was a lovely gesture. How could I probably confuse? Confuse? I can't talk today, bro. I can't read anything. It was a lovely gesture. How could I possibly refuse?
お前さ明日
Hey,
という
isn't
か
tomorrow?
もう
Or I guess it's today now, but either
推
way.
薦の試験だろ
Don't you have an entrance exam
何
to
時からだ
take? What time does it start? At 9?
あと4時間か
So in 4 hours then. Fucking hell. God, I don't even want to think about that right
今
now.
日は
Not after the day I just had. I've been put through hell on earth. Taking a test was the furthest thing from my mind. I was in tears and I had no idea why. Maybe it's because I was so relieved, so glad to be alive. Okay. Hey,
よし
Shishido? Can you stand?
なあシシド起きれるか
Huh?
ちょうどいいから
The
お前
timing's
にいい
just
もの
right.
見せて
So
や
I'm
る
gonna
よ
show you something good.
い
Is
い
it the
もの
place? Something good?
おう
Yeah,
そう
or
だ
rather,
なむしろ
something I really want you to see.
お前には
if you're up for
見て
it.
ほしいんだ
Sure, I guess.
うん
My nose was still running, but my heart felt a lot lighter. I no longer felt threatened by the school. I was comfortable and safe. The two of us left the nurse's office with Tsukasa in lead. Even though I was holding a cold coffee in my hand, I still felt warm all over. Neither of us said a thing as he led me through the empty halls. It occurred to me that that's when we last saw one another. I was mad at him.
ほら
Look,
シシド
Shishido.
着
We're
いた
here.
ぞ
ここって
What?
渡り
This
廊
just
下
the walkway between buildings?
まあまあもう
Just
すぐだ
wait.
からちょっと
You'll see it in a
待て
minute.
よ
もうすぐ
See what? I had no idea what I was looking for. I just kept staring at him, but his eyes were fixed on the window leading out into the walkway. As I gazed upon him in his profile, I felt my heart skip a beat.
謝らなく
I
ちゃ
have to apologize for what happened yesterday. But I just wasn't sure what to say. I'd let my feelings get the better of me and reprimanded him for behavior that was, at least at the time, entirely reasonable. There was more to it than that, though. There was one particular reason, more than any other, that made it hard for me to think of the words to say here. He and I had run from Yoshi together. We escaped her wrath against insurmountable odds. I wonder if that just wasn't all a dream.
出てきたぞ
Bingo! There we go. Huh? I followed Tsukasa's pointing finger and... Oh. Wow, that's beautiful. What an absolutely stunning sunrise.
俺ここでよく
Actually,
夕
the
日を
sunset
眺
I
めて
enjoy
るんだ
watching
け
the
ど
most
さ
from here. But the sunrise is
朝日も
pretty
いい
great
もんだ
too.
な
綺麗だよ
It's gorgeous. The whole town is
街が
painted
オレンジに
orange.
染まっていく
お元気出
Looks
て
like
き
you're
た
back in good spirits again.
ここって
This is the place that you were talking about, isn't
例
it?
の
おううん
Oh yeah, it is.
今まで絶
Been
対に
keeping
教え
this
て
spot
く
for
れ
me
な
all
か
this
ったの
time,
に
so
ど
why
うして
now?
今日は
Why are you showing it to me today?
教え
別に
No reason, really.
なんとなくって
No reason, huh? I could think of a reason, but I didn't say anything. It just seemed kind of far-fetched to me, and if I was misinterpreting him, I'd be very embarrassed. He couldn't possibly, could he? My face felt kind of warm. I placed a sweaty cafe au lait can on my cheek and sighed
どう
softly.
した
You
顔
feeling
赤い
okay?
ぞ
Your face is really red. What?
そう
It is?
まだ具合悪いんじゃ
You
ない
aren't
の
still
か
feeling faint, aren't you?
そんなことない
No,
よ
no, nothing like that. It's
その
just...
ほら
Yeah, it's the sun.
朝日が
It's the way the light's playing off my skin, that's all.
おう
Oh,
な
okay.
るほどな
Boys can be so dense
試験
sometimes.
頑張れよ
Good luck on the exam, by the way.
今から
If
す
you
ぐ
head
戻
back
って
now and
準
get
備す
ready,
り
you
ゃ
should still be able to
なん
make
でだ
it.
ありがとう
Thank you.
司
That's what I like about you, Tsukasa.
え
Huh? Also,
そ
I'm
れ
sorry.
とあと
なんで謝るんだよ
For what?
いや
Well,
っ
it's just that yesterday
昨
things might have
日
seemed a little bit awkward
Hold on.
between us
なんか
after
ちょっ
talking
と
about
気まずくな
that
っちゃ
school
ったし
legend, remember?
七不思議の
あ
Oh, yeah.
あそんなこと
I
もあっ
think I
たっけ
remember something like that.
そんなこともって
Do you mean something
私
like
は
that?
結構
I
気
was
に
really
してたん
bothered
だ
by
け
it,
ど
you
な
know?
女子はほんと細かいこと気
Girls
にする
obsess
よ
over the
な
littlest things
俺は
sometimes.
全然何
Me?
とも
I
思っ
didn't
て
think
なかった
anything
の
of it.
に
そっか
Really now? I let out another sigh and turned back towards the morning sun, stretching my arms skyward as a sudden wave of exhaustion overcame me. The day got brighter bit by bit, and I just stood there, silently trying to piece together all the jumbled thoughts rattling around in my head. I was running away from Yoshi, and Tsukasa was with me. Then I was saved by that old woman. It really was just a dream, huh? As the bright rays of the sun washed over me, I felt new life and new hope welling up from within, and finally came to terms with those horrid events. Most likely, I got the pen case without incident, but then, on my way back, something hit my head and knocked me out. That would just be my luck.
ちょっとシシド。
Oh
動く
hey,
なよ。
Shishido, don't move. Huh?
そのまま。
Stay right there,
そのまま。
just like that. I didn't know what he was planning to do, but he was staring right at me. It felt kind of like he was staring into my soul. And then... What? Slowly? Tsukasa drew his face towards mine. Is he...
シシド。
Shishido? No way. Is he really going to? I shut my eyes. I was ready for this. Or maybe I just didn't want to look. But the next sensation I felt was not quite the one I was
シ
expecting.
シド。これ大丈夫
Shishido,
か？
what happened here? Huh? He'd grabbed my arm for some reason and was staring down at it intently. What the hell? What is he doing? What is that? Seriously, I had no idea that was there. Turns out he was just concerned by the strange bruise I'd apparently received, which had momentarily become visible when I raised my arms. It was right around my elbow. Right where Yoshi had grabbed me in my dream.
痛そうだな。
Looks like it hurts. Doesn't hurt at all, actually, but
けど？
what? Never mind, it's nothing. Giving a wry smile, I gently pulled my arm from his grip. Hey, Tsukasa? Yeah? Before we go home, I have a favor to ask you.
なんだよ。
What is it? Would you mind if we hold hands?
手？
Hold hands? Yeah, just for a little while. Or is that asking too much? When he asked why I wanted to do this, I fed him his own line. I just told him. No reason. We only joined fingertips, but for the first time, it really felt like I was connected to one person's heart. I remember feeling so happy. Well, going back to this is a really long chapter. Oh my god.
ゆい先生。ゆ
Hey,
い先
it's
生。
Yui. It's Yui. Oh my god.
ゆい先生ってば。
My throat hurts. I knew I'd heard that voice before, but who was it? Was I just dreaming? And again? Still, I felt like I was holding Tsukasa's hand though.
ゆい先生って。
What?
やっと起きた。
Good, you're awake. Huh? What? Machida?
そうだよ。持田
That's
聡
right.
だよ。
It's Satoshi Machida. I was still dazed. I had no idea what was going on. All I knew that one of my students, Satoshi Machida, was here. And he looked concerned.
ゆい先生。
Miss Yui,
いい加
your
減
hand is...
手を。
Oh my! I finally realized what he was talking about. I was holding Machida's hand in my own and squeezing it awfully tight. Excuse me, please. I'm so sorry.
いいけどさ。ゆい先生。結構握力強いんだな。
God damn it. No problem. Though I have to say, you have a really strong grip, Miss Yui. God, this is the longest chapter in my life. Do I now? In the past, I was renowned far and wide for being a weak and dainty young beauty, you know.
それ
How
どこから突
exactly
っ込んでいい
do
の？
I respond to that? Well, you could say something nice. Machida was a good student. He and I got along well. We were already falling back into our usual pattern of good-natured ribbing, except... Wait a minute. Why are you here, Machida?
それさっき話したじゃん。
Well, that's... I told you earlier, didn't I? I guess I shouldn't be surprised you don't
その
remember
調子
anything.
じゃ。
What am I supposed to remember exactly?
さっき俺の作ったお
A
かゆ
little while ago, you ate some porridge I made and took medicine
ま
for
た寝た
passing
じゃな
out
い
again.
か。
I told you everything then. You did?
本当に綺麗さっぱ
You
り覚えて
seriously
ない
forgotten all of that? Completely.
笑えないよ。
Laugh. Jeez. Machida sighed and pointed at the
あれ
table.
山崎先生からの
From
届
Mr.
け物。
Yamazaki. Wait,
ざわざ
did
それ
you
を
come all,
届け
all
に来
this
てくれ
way
た
just
の
to deliver those?
そうだよ。
Yeah.
そし
When
た
I
らゆい
did,
先生が
you were
あ
in a
んまり
pretty
にひ
bad
どい
way.
状態だったか
So
ら
I made you some porridge.
キッチン借り
Oh,
ていいって
but
言っ
don't
たのは
worry. I had
モネ
permission.
だから。
Monet said I could borrow your kitchen. Monet did he?
モネちゃんがね
I stroked Monet's neck and he lied down contently on my futon. Such a pretty kitty. I was getting kind of wrapped up in petting him, as often as I did. Almost forgot that Machida was here, until he let out a huge sigh.
ゆい先生、
Also,
玄
Miss
関の
Yui,
鍵は
leaving your front
閉め
door
ないと
unlocked
不用
is
心だ
really
よ。
dangerous.
あら開いてた
Oh, was it open?
うん
Yeah,
今
you're
回
lucky
ば
I
か
was
り
the
は
one to discover
開
that.
いてて助かった
You
けど
really need to be more careful.
気をつけるわ
Totally noted. Thanks. Oh, she's got a bruise on her arm. I just saw that.
なんで笑うの
Did I say something funny?
持田くん
No,
私
you
のお
just
母
sound
さ
like
ん
my
みたいだ
mother.
から
うわ、複
Yikes.
雑。
I don't think I like the implications there. I didn't mean to laugh. It must have seemed kind of deranged, but I could always blame it on the fever. Machida looked at me and let out another sigh. My poor sense of humor must have been getting to him. Well, you sure seem a lot better now than you were
だ
when
い
I
ぶ
got
元気
here,
になっ
so
てきたみたいで、
that's
よかった。
something.
そうみ
I
たい
feel better too.
結構寝てたもんな。
Slept like a
ゆ
rock,
い先
Miss
生。
Yui.
そうね
That's right. I woke up this morning feeling dizzy and chilled. I called in sick, put out food for Monet. I don't remember a thing after that.
モネちゃんのご飯を用意し
あれコン
Oh,
ビニ行ったんじゃ
you
ない
don't
の
remember going to the convenience
コン
store?
ビ
The convenience store? Yeah, I
冷却
found
シー
corn
トと弁
packs
当
and
があって
snacks. Let's see.
ほらこれ。
Yeah, look, the
レシート
time
の
on the
時間。
receipt. It was this
ニ
morning.
本当だ
Wow, you're right.
もしかしてゆい
Could
先
you
生。
possibly not remember going to the store?
うわーもう。
Amazing. You
しっかり
seriously
し
need
て
to
くれ
pull
よ。
yourself together.
まさか
You
パジャマで
didn't
出
go
かけ
out
た
in
り
your
してないよ
pajamas or
な。
anything, did you?
そんなことは
Well,
ないと
I
思う
don't
けど
think I did.
どうかな。
I wouldn't be surprised.
笑ってごまか
Don't
さ
try
な
and
い。
hide behind that
ご
laugh.
めんごめん
Sorry.
持田
Were
く
you
ん
taking care of me this whole
私の
time,
ことずっ
Machida?
と看病してく
うん。
Uh-huh.
そう
Wow. I'm really
遅くま
sorry you
で
had to
ごめ
stay
んな
this
さい
late.
ね
It was already past 10 o'clock in the evening. I couldn't believe Machida had been with me this whole time. I felt both guilty and grateful, and I definitely gained a new respect for him.
おかゆ、まだちょっと残ってるから
There's。still a little porridge
腹
left
減っ
if you
たら
get
食べて
hungry.
よ。
え
Thanks.
あとそれから、
And I bought these
こ
too.
れ、
You went to the
スーパー
supermarket?
の
冷蔵庫を見たら、
There wasn't anything in the
何もな
fridge
かった
when I
から
checked,
さ。
so I figured I might as well. Ah. The bag was quite heavy. Inside, there was a bottle of orange juice, some bananas, canned peaches, apples, other assorted fruits.
これ
That's
風邪の時って
vitamins.
ビタミンを
When
取
you're
る
as
といい
sick
ん
as
だ
you
ろ
were, your body needs all the help
So
it can
they
get to fight back.
早く良
Think
く
of
な
it
って
like
よ。
medicine.
持田くん
Cheetah. That much fruit couldn't have come cheap, especially for a high schooler. I considered offering to pay him back, but decided against it. I knew he wouldn't take my money, and besides, I really appreciated the fact that he'd gone to all this trouble for me. I'd return the favor another time. If it ever seemed like he was going to be staying late after school, maybe I'd buy him dinner. Or I could help him with preparations for the school festival.
じゃあ俺帰るよ。
Oh. Well, it's getting late. I should go.
あ大丈夫
Will you be
道
okay?
わかるか
Do
し
you know
ら
your way back?
なん
If you'd
なら
like, I can take
途
you
中
to
ま
at
で
least
見
part of the
送りに
way.
行くわよ
大丈夫だよ。
It's fine. Just go back to
ゆい
sleep,
先
Miss
生
Yui.
はまだ本調子じゃないんだし。
You're not better just yet. And
第一、
besides, it isn't safe
夜
for a
道
woman to
を
walk
女の
alone
人
at
一人
night.
で歩くなんて。
うん
Oh, you're such a
持田
sweetie.
くんは優し
Seeing how much
い
you care
ね
makes my
そ
heart
ういう
skip
と
a
こキュ
beat.
ンとしちゃう
あれ
Oh, does it
そ
now?
ういうこと
I'm not sure you
俺
should
に
be
言っていい
saying something like
の
that to me, Miss Yui.
なんで
Why not? Machida and I joked like this a lot. Usually it made him blush and get adorably embarrassed. But not today. Today he just grinned sheepishly, with a mischievous glint in his eyes. I didn't quite get it. What was his angle?
司くんって
Who's
Daddy.
Tsukasa, Miss Yui?
先生の
Is
恋
he your
人
boyfriend? Ah?
どうしてそ
ゆい先生寝て
You
る
kept
時
calling his
ず
name in
っ
your
とその
sleep.
人のこと呼んでたよ
Tsukasa, Tsukasa.
うなされながら何度も
Lost in some
司
wonderful
くん
dream.
司くんって
Eh?
誰なんだよ
So, who is he? That crafty Machida turned the tables on me, and how embarrassing to know I've been calling him Tsukasa's name. Well,
それ
I
は
hesitated to answer for a moment, but then I figured, what the hell, why not?
司くん
Tsukasa was my first love.
私の
ふーん
Oh.
その様子じゃ
Judging by your actions
Yui
earlier,
sensei,
you must have
よっぽど
seriously been head over
その
heels
人の
for
ことが
him.
好きだったんだね
What? Why?
だって
Well, when I got here, you thought I was
先生、さっきすご
Tsukasa.
か
It
った
was
よ。
unbelievable.
やだ
Wait, what are you saying? Yui, your face
ゆい
is
先
beet
生
red.
顔赤いよ。
これは
That's
熱
just
の
my
せい
fever, I
よ
swear.
ふーん。
Mm-hmm.
Nah,
Well,
yeah.
that's fine. I'll let you
そ
believe
う
what
い
you
うこ
want
と
to
にしてあ
believe.
げる。
もうあん
Come
まり
on.
大人を
Whatever
から
happened
か
to
わない
respecting
で
your elders? You shouldn't mess with adults. But you're
だ
in
って
rare
こんな
form
ゆい
today.
先
We
生、
never get to see
め
you
った
like
に見れ
this.
ないからさ。
I wasn't sure you was ever going to give me the full story of all the embarrassing things I'd done in my fevered days, and maybe it was better that he didn't. Either way, I was in his debt, so he could tease me all he wanted. Just this once.
やばい。
Oh crap, I have
そ
to
ろ
get
そろ帰ら
going.
ないと。
Yuka's gonna be really angry
今
with
日
me.
はありがとねもう暗
Thanks
い
for
から
everything.
気をつけて
It's
帰る
dark
の
out, so please be careful on your way home.
はーい。
No worries.
それじゃあ先生、
And Miss Yui,
食事を
be
きち
sure
んと
to
とっ
eat right
て、
and get better ASAP.
頑張
You
っ
hear
て
me?
早く。
Of course. I'll kick this in no time.
ファイト
Fight the good
あ
fight.
りがとう
Thank you.
いい子だな
What a good kid, that
町田君
Machida.
は
I'd better be careful though. He is my student after
あの
all.
子
Oh
は
my
生徒だ
god.
ぞ
Come
お
here,
いで
Monet.
マネちゃん
You sleep with mommy
一
tonight.
緒に寝ようか
I miss
会
you,
いたいな
Tsukasa.
司くん
Oh. Okay then. I was gonna say, that stretched for a while. That was all, past experiences though. Okay. We got a bit of Miss Yui's background, W. I know you will notice the bruise on her arm, which I thought was quite funny, because the bruise is just like up here, and in the past story they talked about her elbow. I think the bruise that's up here is referencing what happened in the first game when that like cabinet of sharp things fell on her, and it like did a number on her back, but it was mainly like her arm that was like fucking falling off and shit. So I think that's what that was referencing. Obviously, this is a Groundhog Day type beat, so I reckon it's gonna be, you know, a different injury. Even though that first one's already pretty bad. I don't know what could be worse than that. But we will see. I just knocked something over. Chapter 4 Purgatory chapter is now available.